Oh my god, it's a whole packable surface! That's the coolest thing ever. Hello, and welcome back to SnowRunner, y'all, and in this video, we're gonna be looking at the new largest vehicle in the game, and I can assure you, I am not talking about the Baja Crew. No, so we've come out to a very special map today, and this map is basically designed for testing one thing and one thing only. You spawn in on an island out here in the middle of a pretty large lake, and the reason why you spawn in the middle of a pretty large lake is because you need a large body of water to test what we're about to test. So let's go into the garage, which is oddly placed in a, well, actually, that's not the garage. I know that it looks like it's a fuel station, but this map is kind of weird because this also has a fuel station icon, but it's the garage. So once you go into the garage, it actually, that's weird. It keeps telling me that there's new stuff to see if I scroll through the garage, but there isn't. So let me go ahead and retain the Baja Crew. And if we go into the truck store and we go over to, I believe it's in heavy, and then we scroll over and select the river ferry, this is insane. There's absolutely no other way to describe it other than absolutely insane. Now, one thing to take note of is that, yes, this will freak out in the garage. It's going to go nuts. It's going to go crazy. As you can see, it doesn't fit. Now, there's not really anything that you can do to it in customization right now. I mean, aside from changing up some aspects of the winch, but there's really not even any point in doing that. So let's go ahead and leave the garage. And once we leave the garage, it's going to drop us into the water, or at least partially into the water. Now, this thing is just... it's absolutely enormous. It's absolutely freaking enormous. Let's see if I can actually get it into the water. Sometimes it's a little bit temperamental. Like, sometimes you get it into the water and it works fine. Other times you get it into the water and it says, why are you doing that? I'm not interested. There we go. Now it works. Okay, so as you can see, we are now setting off in a giant river ferry. Now, it's too big to pretty much fit in the frame. It's so large that you basically can't fit it anywhere. But what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna try to back it up right here and put this ramp down and maybe put some vehicles inside of it. So let's see. That should be close enough, right? I love how I hit the handbrake, like, on the water. That's gonna make some kind of difference. All right, so let's see. Can I... well, wait a minute. Can I... move those ramps? I don't know. Let me see. Is there a control for them? So, oh god. Okay, so there's the... Stop, crane. Stop. Where are you going? The crane works. It just, it has a mind of its own sometimes. So it wants to, like, go the opposite direction than the way you want it to go. So let me see. So can we can lift and lower, but that just kind of moves that. How about, so that's crane movement, controls, blah, 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 blah. That's moving it side to side. And then if I do... no, that's also side to side. Okay, that's weird because there's no... see, look, there's no control for this ramp, at least not right now. Well, what about activate anchor? That's what it is. Yep, never mind. Okay, I was a little bit confused by that because activate anchor is usually like, you know, putting down the outriggers for the crane itself. But in this case, it's something a little bit different. So let's go back into the garage. Good grief, look how big it is on the map. Oh my god. All right, back into the garage. And I'm going to grab that Baja Crew that we had before, and we're going to put that in here first. Now, we are going to also put some of these other vehicles in here, but I wanted to test it out with this thing first. So let's get you inside. There's so much space in here, and I bet you it's all packable. If this is all packable space, I'm going to lose my freaking mind. All right, let's go ahead and stop you right there. And then now, I'm going to grab the twin steer, something just a little bit bigger. So let's bring you on up there. Oh my god. I am blown away by what we're doing already. Nice. Lockers? They don't work. Well, I mean, they work, they just don't give us enough oomph to get up over the bump. Well then. Hold on. Time to call in our backup. This thing always served as good backup when I was playing through the vanilla campaign mode. But really? You won't... Oh my god. Oh my god, come on. Can you... No, not that. Yes. Yes, push me. Thank you. Yes. Yes. We've done it. Well, we've kind of done it. Kind of. Let me go now. Why can I not move? What's wrong with it? I can't move. Help? I don't understand. I'm going back into the Baja crew, and I'm going to see if I can just give that twin steer a bit of motivation. I wonder if it's like a surface thing. Like if you drive onto this surface and it apparently becomes really slippery or something. I bet you it's either that or something to do with... See, look at that. Now I grab it with the Baja crew and it moves just fine. So I don't know what it was stuck on. Probably something to do with the actual surface itself, but I don't really know. So now let me go into the twin steer and shut it down. And now I'm going to grab the Kolob and move it the rest of the way up the ramp. Yeah, see, the Kolob had absolutely zero clearance issues. Absolutely zero. Now, think about all the different ways this could be used for crossing large bodies of water with a whole fleet of trucks. I mean, you could fit multiple semi-trailers worth of cargo in here. It actually could be very practical. Oh, come on. I think the ferry actually moved a little bit. That's kind of weird. It legit, I think, moved. Just ever so slightly. All right. Now let's switch back into the river ferry itself, and we're going to reactivate the anchors, aka just pull the ramps up. We're going to start the ferry back up, and then now we're going to set off in this thing. Now, this will be a very interesting test because, oh, I forgot to see... Can I pack? Oh, my God. Oh, my God, it's a whole packable surface. That's the coolest thing ever. And I don't think the camera angle really does this thing justice because it doesn't actually convey to you how big it actually is. Because it's the size of a building, pretty much. It's actually larger than a lot of the buildings in this game. There's a lot of small buildings in this game, and this would rival most of them. Crazy part about it, too, is that crane, that sliding crane, actually works. It can lift up cargo, it can lift up vehicles. You could totally use this in an objective-based way within the game. Now, if you do need to see out the front of the ferry, you can actually click the right stick to go into first-person view, and that kind of puts you up here near the front. You can also take a look at the cargo behind you. Really, really intuitive camera angles, I think. Now, obviously, this map was designed for nothing more than testing the proof of concept for this to essentially make sure that it would work. And work it does. It absolutely does work. But I have plans to test this thing again in a much more objective-driven scenario where we will actually be using it to carry a truckload, well, not even a truckload, a boatload of vehicles across a body of water on an objective-based map to see if something like this can actually interface within the kind of story objectives of the game in a way that could be practical. Because I think it could be so practical if you were to use this. Now, I'm sure there's going to be, you know, someone out there that's going to be like, well, but that's going to ruin the balance of the game, and it's going to ruin the balance of the campaign, and it won't be fair anymore, and it's going to be, you know, we've all heard that. But here's the thing. This, like, is actually quite realistic. Like, they will load tons of vehicles onto a ferry just like this one to ferry the vehicles across bodies of water. Like, I mean, they'll ferry across vehicles, cargo, people, whatever the case may be, you know, to cross a body of water and then just unload them on the other side, especially if it's a body of water that they're not capable of building a bridge across, or maybe they didn't have the budget to build a bridge, so they went with a ferry system instead. There's a lot of reasons why you would utilize one of these in real life, and they do all over the world. But the fact that we haven't really seen many vehicles like this in SnowRunner is because the concept of boats in SnowRunner, and even back in MudRunner and Spin Tires, has always been a little bit of an iffy thing because boats have never interfaced very well with the physics system. And that's understandable because this is not a game where vehicles were ever necessarily meant to drive on water, but once people dive into these games and they really figure them out, there's always going to be little things like this that they'll kind of get to the bottom of and be like, hey, if we do this in a very particular way, like a very specific particular way, we might be able to make it work. And make it work, they absolutely have. Mad props, by the way, to the creator of this mod. The creator of this mod knocked it out of the park with everything from the packable deck to the movable crane that's actually on rails and can go back and forth and actually raises and lowers the hook. There's all sorts of stuff that you can do. Now, let's see. Let's say we wanted to unload at this barn, right? So we would pull up and easy. I think we're close enough. Activate anchor. Boom! That was perfect. Oh, that was beautiful. That was absolutely beautiful. So now we unpack. We change to... Well, actually, we're going to have to grab the Baja Crew. Well, no. No, I'm going to grab the Twin Steer first because we might need the Baja Crew to help assist some other vehicles off the ship. So let's get you off of the ship now. Oh, and the angle here is perfect. Look. Oh, that's awesome. And look at it coming out of the... Oh, wow. That's so freaking cool. I love that. And it's so believable, too. It's so believable that, like, that could actually happen in real life. I love that. All right, we're going to put you over here, shut you down. And now we're going to grab the Kolob, and we're going to do this entire, like, basically drive off of the ferry in first person to see what that's like. Looking in the mirrors is so cool because you actually get a sense that you're driving off of a real boat. God, that is so cool. And it's so creative. I mean, they're really pushing this game to such incredible new heights that, like, it's still years after the game's release. They're still pushing it to incredible new heights. And... oh, why did I get it? Why did I do that? I meant to get in the Baja Crew. Please and thank you. Yes, I wanted the Raptor. By the way, why do I still have the HUD on? The game looks so much better with the HUD off. Come on. No, where are you going? Stop it. Oh, I love how now that we've taken some weight off of the boat, it's leaning back a little bit because the only thing on it right now is the dairy. Oh, no. Oh, no. All right, let's get you off of the boat. Come on. Here we go. Dude, that is so sick. That is so freaking cool. Oh, my God. That is so freaking cool. I love that so much. This mod, for me, I mean, I know it might not be everybody's cup of tea, but it absolutely, like, I am so over the moon that this was created. I love the fact that the mod creator went through the time and the trouble to make this, and not only went through the time and the trouble to make it, but the time and the trouble to make it work. Like, actually make that surface packable, actually make the onboard rail crane actually work, and went through all of these different steps. And who knows, they may not even be done yet, because as far as I'm aware, this is a work in progress mod. But if y'all enjoyed this video, let me know your thoughts and opinions on both the video and this mod in the comment section down below. And if you would like to see more or have any ideas you would like to share, leave all of those in the comments down below, and I will see y'all next time. Talk to y'all later.